Shedeur loves to hold the football, right? He loves to hold the football because he wants to make something happen. And it seems like he wants to make something happen every play, like every chance he gets. And you can't really do that in the NFL. In the NFL, you have to get what they give, right? You have to take what they're given. And then when it's time to make a big play, you take your shot. But Shedeur, he's used to going for the big play or the juggler play after play. And he has to learn, man, when it's time to get rid of the football, it's time to get the football out of his hands. In the NFL, he got to build that imaginary clock in his head that goes off after 3 seconds, and it's time to make a move. Either I'm going to take off with the football or get rid of it. And to me, it looks like sometimes Shedeur has already predetermined that he will run the football or try to avoid the rush instead of finding the open wide receiver and getting the ball out of his hand quickly, And those are the problems that he has to overcome. In the NFL, it's about timing and rhythm. And it's not more about trying to create every play because there's levels to this stuff, man. There's level, and Shedeur has to learn this. Shedeur has to learn that there is levels to different defenses in the NFL or defenses that he will play each week. And just because he does one move 1 week and spins out of the pocket against the Raiders or the Tennessee Titans, it doesn't mean that it will work against the 49ers, because they have more athletic defense ends and a more athletic front than other teams. So these are all the different type of things that Shedeur has to learn being a rookie in the NFL, right? And that's what sucks for Shedeur because he's getting such a late start. He would have had 10, 12, 13 weeks of trial and error already, and he could have became a much better player. But hey, can't complain about life, man. You got to deal with it how it comes,
Yeah, it was a few plays where I see him escape the pocket too soon, where he didn't have to. He just could have just climbed it and made the completion, but ended up like taking a long loop around trying to get outside the pocket and make a throw, which I think one time he got sacked, another time he able to throw the ball away. But it was definitely times I feel like he escaped the pocket way too early. He could just stepped up and completed the pass.
Yeah, man, I saw the same thing, man. I saw like once or twice Shedeur was supposed to step up in the pocket and make the defensive ends miss or take off, up the middle. But again, like you said, he was trying to climb up out of the pocket, swing right, swing left, do his little favorite swim move, and it didn't work, man. And he just got to understand he's not that fast and not that quick, man. He's not that quick. He's not that fast and not that quick. And then on the second, and during the second series of the game, Stefanski went for it on 4th down, right? He went for it on 4th down. They went, they didn't get it on 3rd down. It was like a 3rd and 2. Then they went for it on 4th down. And Stefanski chose to run the football on 3rd and 4th down. And they got stuffed both times. But of course, I'm speaking hindsight, and I'm like, put the ball in Shedeur Sanders' hands, on one of those plays and see what he can do. Let him learn and let him see how to figure things out, man. Give him the opportunity to try to figure things out and let him develop into this quarterback that the Cleveland Browns need, And he didn't
I was
he
more
didn't give him the
so
opportunity.
I was more so take the points. I feel like they should have took the points.
Yeah. I mean, it's everybody is going for it on 4th down, especially when it's 4th and 1. But
all the baby go for it these days.
Right. So I mean, I can't really blame them for going for it on 4th down, but I'm like, man, you ran the same exact play like over and over, man. I understand it's 2 physical teams, and the Cleveland Browns is known for being one of the most physical teams, in the NFL. But shoot, switch it up a little bit. Quinshon Judkins, man, yeah, he carried a load today. He carried a load for the Browns, and he helped out a lot. He took a lot of pressure off Shedeur. Like I said, I commend Kevin Stefanski for how he protected Shedeur and dialed that offense back and didn't put too much on his plate, because it could have really got ugly for Shedeur, and he could have throw the playbook at Shedeur and automatically put him in the position to fail and put his boy Dylan Gabriel back in the game. And he didn't. You know what I mean? It was one series. I mean, I think they drove the football down the field, 85, 90 yards. It gave the ball over and over and over to Quinshon Judkins. He kept giving it to him. I'm like, man, take a shot, throw the ball, like do something different. But it was working. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's a problem a lot of offensive coordinators have in the NFL. They get bored and tired of doing the things that's working because it's time consuming. You know, got to have patience in this football game. Football is the game of inches and a game of patience. You know what I mean? But hey, for all you Shedeur Sanders haters out there, man, we have to admit, man, Stefanski has to admit, man, his offense looks much better with Shedeur at quarterback. Even just looking at how they look in the uniform together. Before we even get to the play, Shedeur just makes the team look better. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you smell good. When you feel good, smell good, you play good. All of that matter. Everyone needs that swagger, that swagger on that team. Everyone needs to feel confident about who they're lining up against, man. And yeah. So not only does the team just look good and feel good about themselves with Shedeur out there, the offense is executed much better with Shedeur at quarterback. With Shedeur playing with the rushing attack like the Browns have, man, that combination will be something to reckon with in the future. This offense, this Cleveland Brown offense helps Shedeur protect himself from his bad habits, just as well as it helps Kevin Stefanski, little boring offense, look better with Shedeur at quarterback. With the rushing attack, the screen plays, and design passes, all of those things, they help each other. I think Shedeur needs to be protected from himself sometimes because, like I said, he wants to go for the gusto every chance he gets. He doesn't understand that, okay, 5 yards here, 5 yards there. He won't do that all the way down the football field, but he can learn and grow into that. And just overall, Shedeur makes the offense better with his accuracy and the deep ball potential that he has. That's just the truth. Way better than Dylan Gabriel.
So we seen those the same screen passes have been complete and they've been positive yards, especially on some big plays. Some of the third downs they bring the blitz. He's completing these screens. We seen those same passes get missed by Dylan Gabriel. Some easy.
Even the screen passes look better. The screen. I'm not lying. I'm not biased. This is just total competition for me. I promise you I'm not biased. And like I said, even the screen passes by Shedeur look much better than Dylan Gabriel. It's like he get him out faster. He gets him out and
let it develop.
Yeah, he gets it in the motion that the receiver is running to. Is like he doesn't break the stride or anything like that. They're able to catch the ball and run immediately. You know what I mean? Everything is flowing better. That's what you call execution in the NFL. Shedeur, he goes out there and execute. Yes, Dylan Gabriel can throw these 2 and 3 yard passes all game, play action, because that was the type of offense he ran at Oregon. So he is used to that. But when you have to do much more than that if you want to win in the NFL. At halftime, the game was so good. Shedeur was doing his thing, man. Shedeur was 8 for 11 and 96 yards with 1 touchdown. 0 interceptions, only 1 sack at halftime. Brock Purdy was 9 for 15, 115 yards, and zeros all across the board. No touchdowns, no sacks, no interceptions, none. It was a real battle. It was like man. I can't.
That's what I'm saying, man. If they would have took those points,
man, he was managing the game and playing how he needed to play. And it was like, man, that freaking fumble really messed Shedeur's chances up, man. To really start his legend, man. Think about if he comes back against the 49ers and wins that game. Oh man, that's all you hear all week over on ESPN, on TV, on sports radio shows. It's the legend of Shedeur, man. But instead, we want Brock Purdy to be the next legend, man, and we want Drake May, and along with the other people, man. So Shedeur, man, you got to keep fighting, man. And Brock Purdy, man, I can't lie, man. Brock Purdy managed the game pretty good. And he stepped up in key situations as well, man. The Browns defense is not a defense that is easy to overcome. That defense is tough to deal with. I mean, tough to deal with. And it's not an easy defense to overcome. But Brock Purdy, man, Brock Purdy, he made some impressive throws tonight. Yeah, Brock Purdy, man, was 16 for 29. 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I think he showed up big during right before the half, get some points on the board. And Christian McCaffrey, always solid. The three horsemen right there: Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and Brock Purdy. But the Browns pretty much kind of shut them down. It was kind of a shutdown thing in my eyes, Christian McCaffrey, I think he probably had close to 100 yards total offense. I think he had about 40-some yards receiving, and then he had the 53 yards rushing. But, man, if they could do this game, if this game was played all over again, Shedeur Sanders hit Jerry Jeudy runs the correct route, the wind isn't blowing, whatever the situation is, they connect, Jerry Jeudy goes for a touchdown. That play right there just changes the whole course of the game. Maybe Gage Larvadain doesn't drop the punt return. And I don't know, man. But that's why you can't never
that's
talk
what it is,
about
man.
it.
Sometimes in NFL, it's just a few plays that can switch everything up, man. It could be something simple. Just as that missed pass, and then next thing you know, they come down and get a touchdown and then put the lead up a little bit higher. It could be the simplest things that could turn the whole game around. Take that one little play back, man. You never know what's gonna happen.